Stay clean. Thanks, you too.
See ya.
See you tomorrow, probably. We walk in, it's pitch black, walk out, and it's like, oh, there you go. Morning. Workout is done and we are on our way to the most important meal besides pre-workout, which is post-workout, and we are going to have it at a cafe. It's Saturday, it's weekend. Gold Coast's got so many nice cafes, but like our favourite, and I think it'll probably always be my favourite, is Paddock. And I know so many people are like, oh my god, you're a prep, like you can't eat out, but I'm like, actually I can, you just have to be smart about it. So that's what I'm really excited to kind of show you guys how that practically works. So we are on our way, en route, feeling hungry, feeling excited. Come along with us to post-workout at Paddock.
We're just getting started, it's a part of the game. Building anticipation, getting close to the edge. Now you think I see you more than a friend.
Person's eyeing me off like she wants to fucking race. Let's shove this bad boy in speed line. Ning ning, Kawasaki. No, I'm too mature for that. Fuck you, bitch!
Whoa, Jay.
Pretty, pretty. Pretty. Oh, I'm hugging this person over here. Really want to be close to him. Close to me.
Touching him.
Righto, let's get this post feed going on.
Post feed?
Post gym feed.
Yeah. Post feed gym. Post feed gym feed post.
Both applies. Oh yeah, you need some carbs. I need some food.
I need some carbs, will I get some?
Let's do
We'll see. Now I feel like one of the biggest misconceptions when it comes to prep, or even just like a fat loss phase in general, is that like you can't eat socially. You have to like say no to like going out for brunch, going out for dinner, but honestly, if you are smart about your choices, about your intentions, and you just like balance it with a mindset that is around being flexible, knowing when to say yes, when to say no, what to order, you don't actually have to miss out on anything. And so here I am, 5 weeks out, and I'm going to show you how I order brunch, how I order post-workout, how I order what I need for my nutrition at the moment without falling off the bandwagon or having a cheat meal. I'm going to grab us some menus and we're going to have a little look at what they've got. Easter dippy eggs. That looks so good. So when it comes to ordering out, I think where people tend to get a little bit scared, or where things feel like it's a bit of a barrier, is because they get a bit nervous to ask for what they want or to honour what they need to order because they don't want to be a burden. And that's like so common, and I used to be the same. It was easier just either, you know, to decline getting anything, or to not want to modify anything, or to not be clear on just communicating like what they wanted because they didn't want to be a burden. When really, if you just hold yourself with confidence, you are kind, you know what you want to order, and like, yes, obviously it's going to be like a bit of customization to it, but if you hold yourself with grace, kindness, understanding, just like seeing what they're able to do to help you, particularly if you are in prep, this is more specific, if you're in prep, then most people get it. Like, they want you to have an enjoyable experience at a cafe, at a restaurant. Like, they want you to spend money there, they want you to have an enjoyable experience, enjoy their food, let them cook for you. So it's just getting really clear on what you want, communicating it, carrying yourself with grace and kindness, and yeah, just not being afraid to communicate those like food aspects that you want. But I feel like on a more like practical standpoint, in terms of how I would like look at a menu and make a choice from there, is kind of going like, okay, like what would my usual meal be? And for example, that'd be kind of like, okay, what's some like lean protein, some micronutrients, you know, maybe you typically have some like carbs or some healthy fats or some avocados, and seeing what's similar, so that way you kind of don't have to do as much like customization, and you can kind of pick something and say, hey, can I have the, can I have the dressing on the side? Can I have the butter on the side? Can I have 1 egg? Can I have 3 pieces of toast? And kind of customizing it from that standpoint. But at the same time, like most of the time on menus, like they'll have things like add halloumi, add mushroom, add this, or like add this side, and you can actually end up kind of building a meal from those aspects too. So know what you want, get clear with your communicating, and yeah, I'll kind of show you how it's all done as well. But they're my little tips and tricks. What are you going to have? Get the Easter dippy eggs.
It honestly sounds like exactly what I have at this time. So generally I have beef mint with sourdough bread, an egg, spinach, and say a red onion or something like that. And Easter special, Easter musselman fried dough. It pretty much has everything I need, probably a little bit higher in the fats, but I'll make up for that taking a few fats out from my lunch and my afternoon tea. Works well.
You know, I said Easter dippy eggs. Do you want I'm going to describe this to you. This sounds really good. 2 Cadbury chocolate eggs filled with vanilla, whipped cream, and a salted caramel yolk, served with paddocks, cinnamon donut, dippy fries, fresh strawberries, mini marshmallows, melted chocolate, and pretzel cookie crumb. Yum.
Nice.
Nice.
What are you getting?
I am going to I'm going to see if they can like build me a little meal. So I'm going to ask for some egg whites. If they can't do any egg whites, I'm probably just going to get some boiled eggs. So I'll probably ask for, it's probably going to be a lot easier. I'm probably just going to ask for 2 boiled eggs. I'm going to ask for some sliced tomato. I'm going to ask for some mushroom cooked without oil. And then I'm also going to ask for just some fruit as well. So typically this is probably like a very prep only sort of situation, but as I said previously, if you carry yourself with kindness and just be kind. Like if they can't do it, they can't do it, and you make it work. They want you to have an enjoyable experience here in Niven.
Cool.
Beauty.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm probably gonna grab a cookie.
Please. Honestly, I will have a little tiny little.
I don't know about that.
When it comes to other just like general little like hacks and tips that I have when it comes to ordering out, I think like probably the 2 biggest ones is asking for dressing on the side or oil on the side, and also just being mindful of things that are grilled or that are just like cooked in oil, because that's where kind of like those extra calories come from, extra fats come from. Whereas if you kind of go for like fresh salads, ask to see if they can just kind of separate things if possible. Probably going to have a better chance of not accidentally loading up on a bunch of calories, which often end up sending it over the edge. Hello. I've got a bit of a funny little meal. I'm just in prep at the moment.
Yeah.
But could I please grab 2 boiled eggs?
2 boiled eggs. Yeah.
And if I could grab just some sliced tomato. And if I could grab some mushrooms as well. And if they could just not be cooked in any oil, if that's all right.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
And just like a little bit of fruit on the side if you have like some strawberries or berries or anything like that.
Yeah, we have either strawberries, mango, lychee.
I'll get strawberries, please.
Just strawberries?
Yes, please.
Yeah. Anything else?
Do you want an ice long black?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll grab 2 ice long blacks, please. And what did you want?
I'll grab the Easter special, please.
Yeah, sure.
And one, what do you reckon for a cookie?
Ooh. Do you want a cookie or a donut?
Definitely a cookie.
I feel like you'd probably like that one more. So I'll
Try
go
again.
that one.
Yeah,
That one?
get that one.
I will grab the caramel cookie as well, please. Honestly, one of my favourite parts of my morning or my day is when like the field clients like tag us in stories and we get to like reshare it. Like it puts the biggest smile on my face. Like this is like behind the scenes of me sharing some of our stories. Like so proud, like genuinely. And I say this to clients all the time, and even just people that kind of ask me what I do for work. Something I always say is your goals are our goals. So when I like see people like tagging us in their workouts and their foods and their wins, sharing their PBs and stuff, like you just just get so much excitement from celebrating other people's wins. So it's just like a little raw moment.
So upon my special Easter Massaman breakfast I'm doing, I couldn't turn my eye away from this gorgeous caramel cookie. Paddock has an array of bakery goods here, and they're too good not to have at least one when you're here. But I'm not in prep. Liv calls me a bit of a lifestyle client at the moment, but she's probably the best person to explain what that actually means.
I feel like, honestly, most people are actually like lifestyle clients. Said cookie. I guess like what we like to call like a lifestyle client. And obviously at the moment I would classify myself.
I'll take the label.
As like a prep client. So there's a couple different categories. I'd say like we've got like lifestyle clients, we have prep clients or athletic clients. I feel like they almost kind of like dip in the same pool there. But then also like health clients as well. And what I mean by health clients is that obviously being a dietitian, it means that qualified to actually work with people who have specific health conditions. And so whether that is maybe something acute, so something temporary that they want to have some kind of nutritional input, or maybe it is something chronic, or it could be something as simple as getting your blood test done and picking a blood marker that might be deficient. So if you're iron deficient, a health-centric goal would be trying to improve those iron markers, or maybe it's looking at your lipid panel and going, right, we want to improve our HDL, LDL, lots of kind of complicated words if you aren't familiar with them, but that's what I love to do, is really break down what they mean and how it impacts you and how it impacts your health. So whether you have a health goal, whether you have a lifestyle goal, an athletic goal, a bodybuilding goal.
All the above, really?
All the above. There's nothing that food doesn't elevate and improve and influence. So
And work for,
yeah. How's cookie?
very good, very delicious. Am doing the most while you do the talking. I will just be
I have
eating.
some strawberries here too. Can't even.
To put with my cookie?
Huh?
To put with my cookie? Are you offering up?
So apparently Jay is inferring that I'm eating nothing. No. This is the first time I've been able to like chew some like fruit. Besides like blending it up, because I got my wisdom teeth all four taken out last week, literally just last Tuesday. So we're turning some big mountains the last 48 hours, I'd say, 24, 48 hours.
How are you feeling about getting some carbs in you?
Excited, but what I've actually done here, because I want to be able to, I guess, like control and monitor the amount of carbs that I'm doing for this refeed, I've pretty much like kept my fundamentals in terms of protein and micronutrients in a little bit more of an uncontrolled environment, and then obviously throughout the day when I have. Oh, thank you. Amazing. Thank you so much.
And here's masala. I hope that's okay instead
Oh,
of the
that's
mushrooms.
awesome. Thank you.
No worries. Enjoy, guys.
Hey. Cool. I'll
when
give you
I
guys a
come-
feel of this.
When I'm in a bit more of a controlled environment, and really testing what my body looks like under amounts of carbohydrates, so I can kind of like look at it, assess it, and obviously use it when it comes to peak week. Doing that at home, but still enjoying a meal out. So we've got some greens, got some tomato, got some eggs, got some strawberries, so lots of colour, lots of micronutrients. And you'll find when it comes to different colours of fruits and vegetables, those colours are going to indicate different nutrients as well. So whether we're kind of looking at those like dark, deep, kind of like leafy greens, or whether we're kind of going for something that's got that beautiful, vibrant red colour, beetroot, capsicum, tomato, strawberry, and even kind of things like the blueberry, so there's really deep purpley and blue. The colours can be a really simple way to kind of get a good variety when it comes to variety of fruits, veg. I find using a colour wheel can be really helpful to get a good variety. So think reds, oranges, greens, blues and purples, and boom, it's quite literally eating the rainbow. So put that in your back pocket and start painting the rainbow with your grocery list. I don't know. Right, I'm hungry, let's eat.
That actually doesn't look too bad.
Ta-da! Simple but effective.
That is my Easter special, Mr. Mum.
You smash that on it, it's still there.
Yeah, cookie's still there.
Cute little legs. Try to save them for last. Okay, so I'm going to quickly talk you through how I tracked that into the Fueled app. So I pretty much like went in and logged 2 eggs. I logged half a tomato. I logged about 100 grams of strawberries. No, I didn't know it was 100 grams. I didn't take my scales with me, but I can look at a handful of berries and go, that's going to be about 100 grams. I've had enough berries to know. You don't need to stress about the small stuff. Progress over perfection. And then I logged in like a cup of kale as well. So is it perfect? No, it's not perfect. It doesn't need to be perfect. No, because we are looking at like the bigger picture things. So I'm not gonna like sit here stressing about the grams of berries that I had or how much of a tomato. I'm just gonna go, yeah, this is what I had it before, I'm gonna log it, carry on with my day, and then it's like boom. A lot of people spend a lot of time on the tiny little meticulous details when it comes to prep, but also just kind of like tracking, and that's when it becomes quite obsessive.
Yeah, it starts to interfere with their life a bit more.
Exactly. But when you can just kind of like take a step back, know what's important, what's not important, just quickly go in, log it in there, then it's like awesome. You've spent all of 20 seconds logging your food, staying accountable, looking at the big rocks instead of the little rocks, and yeah, staying on track. So pretty easy.
And you can definitely see the difference between obviously where someone is, as we said before, lives in prep. She's counting every gram going in, but she's got a specific purpose to do this. She's got goals that she wants to achieve, where I then fall into that more lifestyle category that we put through before, and I'm a little bit more easygoing when I come into, hey look, I'm using an educational decision on what food I'm choosing, and that just comes down to understanding what your macros are and what a balanced diet is and how it all makes it work, because I'm still at the end of the day still trying to achieve my goals, just not counting every single gram because it doesn't require it right now, and I'm keeping things quite balanced with my lifestyle and just enjoying it along the way.
Yeah, the seasons, and that actually brings up a really good aspect to, I guess, like the Fueled coaching and like, I guess, my approach as a dietitian as well, and what we kind of like lead into our team and our clients as well, is that there's other instances where I will more likely just be like, hey, I don't want you to track your lunch. I actually want you to have what we call a flexible meal, and it's almost going like, okay, this is the structure we have for the week. We're going to have 1 to 2 flexible meals, setting some boundaries, still setting some principles. They're not measurable principles, like, you know, you just saw me log in my food there into the Fueled app, but it's more so going, okay, we're going to look at food quality over quantity, make a choice that we're going to enjoy, be satisfied with, and not overthink. And like, that's how you incorporate that flexibility into a week. So being able to know when to be flexible and not track, and actually have that as part of your plan and part of your week. And then when to make the choice of still kind of going in, looking at the numbers, and kind of educating yourself on maybe like what might be in your meal as well. So yeah, there's different goals, different approaches, different mindsets. So yeah, Jay on the other hand took that as like a flexible meal. He did an awesome job at choosing a meal that he looked like he really enjoyed, really liked. Fit into his week. He fit into his week. It's into his plan, so he doesn't have to sit there and like stress and think about how many exact calories might have been in it and waste his time, waste his energy.
But I will need to take into account the cookie.
True.
And that's just being flexible, knowing how to handle it in my day-to-day, where without going to the specifics of it, I'll have a look at every other meal that I'm having at the moment, and that the cookie was more carbs and there were sugars and fats.
So I'd say, yeah, just like a blend of carbs and fats, but even from like a top level perspective, like we look at that and go, okay, maybe that was like, I don't know, 600 calories? Could be anywhere from like 600 to 700 perhaps, but then also just factoring that, knowing we know what's in it, so that's going to be our carbohydrates, our fats, there'll be a lot of protein in there, and we know maybe roughly how heavy that is in terms of like calorie wise. We know how dense that is in terms of, if we look at our daily intake, like a bank, like an allowance, we know how much of that allowance was taken up by the cookie, what's in it, what's made up of, and then you know what the rest of the day is going to look like. So then when we zoom out, we look at the entire allowance for the day, we're like, oh, okay, like all the pieces still fit in nicely, and there's nothing hanging out the side or overflowing, or you're not going bankrupt.
And I can sleep well tonight.
Stop blowing the bank. Stop blowing the bank.
Oh yeah. What are we doing next? We're going for a walk?
We're going to go for a walk now. Hot girl walk, hot guy walk.
Where do you want to go, Burley or Mermaid?
I can go to Mermaid. I usually am the early walker, but we went yesterday, it was really lovely, so we're going to go for a morning mermaid walk. Get some steps in, some sun, fresh air. Catch you there.
Let's do it.